Hi everybody, today I'll be taking a look at the Nubwo N12 Gaming Headset. Currently it costs around about £16 and they claim it's compatible with PC, Mac, PS4, Xbox One, as well as mobile devices. But are they any good? So, first of all, let's take a look at the box and what you get inside. The box is printed very nicely with this debossed metallic Nubwo logo at the top, and there's a glossy picture of the unit itself over a matte background. Clearly, my box took a few knocks in transit. The good job on the box portrays the contents, as all that's inside is the units themselves in a rather disappointing bubble wrap bag and a 3.5mm splitter cable. While the single 3.5mm jack on the headset itself is fine if you're using a mobile device or a PS4, you'll need this splitter if you want to use it on a PC that doesn't have a combined microphone and headphone jack. My pair don't appear to be damaged in any way, so I guess the packaging is fine for most cases, but it would have been nice to see a little more effort put into the box. I guess they realised that replacing a few dead-on-arrival units is cheaper than a more thorough approach to the box for everyone. So, now they're out of the box, how do they feel? Well, I highly doubt these cups are covered in leather as claimed on the box, but the fabric is soft, and the cushioning underneath is plenty adequate. The plastics have a lot of flex and disappointingly a fair bit of rattle too, so they do feel a little cheap. But then again, they are cheap, and they do have some nice areas, like the soft touch finish on the cups. Once they're on, that fake leather shows its downsides. It's not very breathable at all, and it doesn't take very long for things to get sweaty. The biggest issue for me is that they're a little tight, so these might suit someone a bit smaller in the cranium department. The band is cushioned in the same way as the cups, and that's perfectly fine. They're by no means unwearable, but I'm never going to forget that I'm wearing them. The cable is nicely braided and clocks in at around 1.6 meters long, with this small volume and mic on-off control. Now, to move on to the sound itself. I'm actually quite impressed. I did some basic testing to see how they held up to the claims on the box, and I don't believe it quite meets all the claims, but it comes close. Numbers aren't everything, and whilst these might be able to reach their claimed 20Hz bass response, there is a noticeable dip in quality and distortion with a lot of shake and rattle of the hardware. When it comes to music that strays from the lowest to the low frequencies, they hold up well. Songs that have a lot of layers don't get flattened, and you can still pick out the individual instruments and little flourishes, which quite easily get lost on cheap headphones. I think it's worth noting that I've been using a Behringer UM2 to run these, and whilst this isn't high-end equipment by any means, you might get a different experience if you plug your headset straight into a device. As this is a gaming headset, I should focus a bit on the mic. Physically speaking, it's quite nice. The stalk is this soft-touch finished rubber that bends into place. However, I've got some questions around whether the components inside can keep up with all that bending, and whether this will diminish the lifespan of the product. In the audio department, it's not a terrible mic either. It's clear and loud. Here's some clips so you can get a feel for yourself.
The birch canoe slid on the smooth planks. Glue the sheet to the dark blue background. It's easy to tell the depth of a well. These days a chicken leg is a rare dish. Rice is often served in round bowls. The juice of lemons makes fine punch.
One thing you might have picked up on there is interference. I feel like there's a lack of shielding somewhere from the microphone to the jack. That's going to be a problem if you want to do live streaming. However, if you're looking for non-live applications, you can clean it up in post and it sounds something a bit like this.
The birch canoe slid on the smooth planks. Glue the sheet to the dark blue background. It's easy to tell the depth of a well. These days a chicken leg is a rare dish. Rice is often served in round bowls. The juice of lemons makes fine punch.
That interference isn't limited to the mic, however, and it's been a long time since I heard this noise until I put these on. It's not common, and keeping them away from power cables and mobile phones should diminish that effect, but it does take away from the good things I had to say about the N12s. Overall, I'd happily recommend these to anyone looking for a decent cheap headset. However, if you've got a larger head, these are going to pinch, and if you're looking for live streaming applications, I'd probably spend a little bit more and find something with some shielding. I'm going to continue using these for the foreseeable future, and I can only think that I'll replace them if I find a different pair I want to review. Thanks for watching. If you like the look of these, I'll leave a link in the description as to where you can get your own. And if you like the video, please hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike button and let me know why in the comments. Cheers.